She noticed that Shalewa slept during the day and only went out at night, but she was too afraid to ask her about it. One night, as Chica prepared to go to bed, Shalewa approached her with a proposition. "Why don't you come with me tonight?" she asked. "I can show you how to make some real money." Chica was shocked and disgusted by the suggestion. Politely declining, she made up her mind to leave as soon as possible. Once upon a time, in a small village, lived a young girl named Chica. She lived with her aged mother and her two younger siblings, Prisca and Ebuka. Chica was the eldest of three, and she took on the responsibilities of caring for her family. Their father had passed away when Chica was only 7 years old, leaving her mother to raise the children on her own. Since then, life had been a struggle for the family, as their father had been the breadwinner. Chica's mother worked tirelessly to provide for her children, and when Chica was old enough, she joined her mother in their efforts to make ends meet. Every day, Chica and her mother would work on other people's farm, toiling under the hot sun just to earn enough money to feed their family. Sometimes they would gather firewood from the forest and sell it to earn a little extra income. Chica's siblings, Prisca and Ebuka, were still in school, and their mother made sure they never had to worry about anything other than their studies. She had always dreamed of giving them the best education possible, and she prayed every day for the means to make that dream a reality. Chica, being the caring and loving big sister that she was, had promised her siblings that she would support their mother and see them through school. She worked tirelessly, sacrificing her own wants and needs for the sake of her family. One day, Chica and her mother were hired to clean the interior of a new building. They were excited for the opportunity, knowing that the money they earned would go a long way towards helping their family. But tragedy struck when Chica's mother slipped and fell, injuring herself badly. Chica rushed to her mother's side, helping her up and finishing the cleaning job on her own. Then she took her mother home and tended to her, doing everything she could to ease her pain. As days went by, Chica's mother's health continued to deteriorate. They spent all the money they had on medications, but nothing seemed to help. Eventually, they could no longer afford to keep her in a hospital, so Chica brought her home. Chica worked even harder, taking an extra job to pay for her mother's care. Sometimes, she would leave her mother with Prisca and Ebuka and go into the forest to gather firewood to sell. During weekends, Prisca would join her, leaving Ebuka at home to care for their sick mother. Despite their efforts, Chica's mother's condition only grew worse. But through it all, Chica remained strong for her family, never giving up hope that things would get better. Chica continued to work tirelessly day and night just to care for her family. Despite her efforts, her mother's health showed no signs of improvement. One day, after making some sales from the firewood she gathered, Chica called Prisca and Ebuka and shared her decision to travel to the city in search of better opportunities. "It's not safe for you to go alone, Chica," Prisca said, wiping away her tears. "I know, but I have to try," Chica replied, determination in her eyes. "I promise I will send money back home as soon as I can," she added. The days leading up to her departure were filled with hard work as Chica saved every penny she could to support her family in her absence. When the day finally arrived, Chica's mother prayed for her weekly, and her siblings hugged her tightly, tears streaming down their cheeks. At the motor park, Chica boarded a bus bound for the city, the bustling city she had only visited once before her father died. As she stepped off the bus into the chaotic streets of the city, she felt a mix of excitement and fear. Navigating the crowded streets, Chica found herself lost in the hustle and bustle of the city. Suddenly, she was knocked to the ground by a passerby carrying a heavy load. Sitting on the roadside, Chica realized she had no idea where to go or what to do next. With nightfall approaching, Chica knew she needed to find a place to stay. Using the little money she had, she managed to afford a night in a hotel. The next day, she set out to find a job. She visited restaurants, shops, and hospitals in search of work, even if it were a cleaning work. But despite her efforts, she was met with rejection at every turn. That night, returning to the hotel empty-handed, Chica found her belongings thrown outside. Heartbroken and alone, she sat on the curb, tears streaming down her face. As Chica sat on the curb, feeling lost and alone, a woman named Shalewa approached her. Shalewa was dressed in a flashy cloth and had a confident air about her. "What a pretty girl like you doing out here all alone?" she asked. Chica hesitated, unsure whether to trust this stranger. But when Shalewa mentioned the danger of ritualists in the area, Chica's fear outweighed her caution. She explained her situation to Shalewa, who offered to take her to her house to spend the night. Reluctantly, Chica followed Shalewa to her home. As they entered, Chica was surprised to see that Shalewa's appearance didn't match the modesty of her surroundings. Shalewa's house was a small one-room apartment in a rough neighborhood in the ghetto. Despite the humble surroundings, Shalewa welcomed Chica warmly and offered her food. Hungry and grateful, Chica accepted, devouring the meal hungrily. The next morning, Chica prepared to leave, but Shalewa insisted that she stay until she found a job. Grateful for the offer, Chica agreed, determined to make the most of her situation. Days turned into weeks, and Chica continued to search for work with no success. She noticed that Shalewa slept during the day and only went out at night, but she was too afraid to ask her about it. One night, as Chica prepared to go to bed, Shalewa approached her with a proposition. "Why don't you come with me tonight?" she asked. "I can show you how to make some real money." Chica was shocked and disgusted by the suggestion. Politely declining, she made up her mind to leave as soon as possible. As the days passed, Chica grew increasingly uncomfortable with Shalewa's lifestyle. She drank, smoked, and brought unsavory characters into her house. Finally, unable to tolerate it any longer, Chica packed her bag and announced her departure. Shalewa tried to dissuade her, insisting that there were no opportunities for someone like her in the city. But Chica remained determined, thanking Shalewa for her hospitality before setting out once again into the unknown. With nowhere to go, Chica wandered the streets aimlessly until nightfall. Exhausted and hungry, she sought refuge under the shade of a shop, only to be chased away by the owner, who accused her of being a thief. Alone and desperate, Chica didn't know what to do. That's when a man named Bob approached her, offering to help. Frustrated and weary, Chica agreed to go with him, hoping that maybe, just maybe, he could offer her some relief from her hardships. When they arrived at Bob's house, Chica couldn't believe her eyes. It was a grand 4-bedroom duplex, elegantly furnished and adorned with luxurious decor. Bob showed her to her room, where she could stay, and invited her to join him for dinner once she had freshened up. Grateful for his kindness, Chica eagerly accepted. Over dinner, Bob listened intently as Chica recounted her struggles. He was sympathetic and promised to assist her in any way that he could. Chica's heart swelled with gratitude, feeling blessed to have encountered someone so kind in the midst of her hardships. As the days passed, Bob continued to shower Chica with generosity. He provided her with money for personal grooming, as well as funds to cover her family's expenses. Despite Chica's insistence on wanting to work in return for his kindness, Bob refused, insisting that she deserved to be taken care of after all that she had been through. Meanwhile, back in the village, Prisca and Ebuka relied on the financial support Chica sent home. They were overjoyed when they wrote their final exams, knowing that their sister's sacrifices had made their education possible. Even their ailing mother finds solace in their accomplishments, her heart swelling with pride despite her illness. One day, Prisca called Chica to inquire about her work in the city. Chica, reluctant to disclose the truth, lied, claiming she worked in a prestigious boutique. Prisca expressed her eagerness to join her sister in the city, longing for a taste of the opportunities Chica had found. In the city, Chica tried to make new friends, but Bob's warning about trusting others made her weary. She kept to herself, only interacting with Bob's domestic staff and neighbors when necessary. One night, as Chica was preparing for bed, she was startled to find Bob standing naked before her. She wondered how he had entered her room, but dismissed the thought, assuming he had spare keys. Bob demanded her attention and intimacy, threatening to withdraw his financial support and asking her to make a refund of all he has spent if she refused. Feeling trapped and afraid of losing everything she had, Chica reluctantly gave in to Bob's demands. As they were intimate, Chica felt a sense of betrayal and confusion, wondering how someone who had been so kind could suddenly change. As days turned into weeks, Chica's situation with Bob grew increasingly unbearable. His constant demands for sex took a toll on both physical and her emotional well-being. She knew she couldn't continue to live like this, as it was becoming too much. Summoning her courage, Chica confided in one of Bob's domestic staff, who helped her gather her belongings and escaped from Bob's house. With nowhere to run to, she returned to Shalewa's house, hoping for refuge. Shalewa, though surprised to see Chica again, agreed to let her stay. Chica pleaded with her, promising to leave as she could stand on her own feet. Grateful for the opportunity, Chica vowed to make things right. One day, as they sat together, Chica poured her heart out to Shalewa, recounting the months of suffering she had endured. Just as she finished speaking, Chica's phone rang. It was Prisca, bearing the news of their mother's deteriorating health and the need for an urgent kidney transplant. Desperate to save her mother, Chica knew she had to act quickly. That night, she asked Shalewa if she could accompany her, and Shalewa readily agreed. In the following months, Chica found herself resorting to desperate measures to make money. She joined Shalewa and her friends in the streets, selling her body to support her family's need. Despite her efforts, Chica's mother passed away before she could raise enough money for the transplant. Heartbroken, Chica returned to the village to mourn with her siblings and perform the necessary burial rites. As Chica prepared to return to the city, she was faced with another challenge: Ebuka's admission into the university. Prisca offered to accompany Chica to the city to support Ebuka financially, but Chica insisted that she stay behind to take care of things. Back in the city, Chica resumed her life with Shalewa, unaware that Prisca had also made her way to the city to start a new life. Meanwhile, Shalewa brought the news of a lucrative opportunity: the chance to attend Chief Edward's 60th birthday after party and earn a substantial amount of money. Excited by the prospect of earning money, Chica eagerly called the other girls to inform them of the opportunity. Chica, Shalewa, and the other girls eagerly anticipated the after party of Chief Edwards. They danced and drank, enjoying the excitement of the evening. When the day of the after party arrived, they dressed elegantly and waited for their transportation to arrive. Upon reaching the party venue, the girls were greeted with a beautiful ambience. The venue was filled with wealthy men, some with pot bellies, and there was an abundance of delicious food and lots of drinks. As Chica moved through the crowd, she was shocked to see her sister Prisca dancing intimately with the same Bob who she had escaped from. Prisca screamed in surprise upon seeing her sister. "My sister na Ashawo," she blurted out. Chica, filled with anger and embarrassment, dragged Prisca away, urging her to go home. However, Shalewa intervened, reminding them that they had been paid in advance and couldn't back out. Shalewa tried to calm Chica down, advising her to wait until they returned home to address the situation. That night, Bob demanded Chica and Prisca's presence in his room, taking advantage of them in a horrifying manner. Chica felt disgusted and ashamed, realizing the depths to which they had fallen. Returning home, Chica cried herself to sleep, overwhelmed with guilt and regret. She knew her mother wouldn't have approved of their actions if she were alive. The following day, Prisca visited Chica at Shalewa's place, and they tearfully apologized to each other. Prisca admitted that she had been desperate for money and thought coming to the city would provide a solution. With heavy hearts, they both decided to return to the village, unable to continue living the life they had in the city. Back in the village, Prisca and Chica resumed their menial jobs, determined to keep their past hidden from their brother Ebuka. They supported him through his education, dreaming of a better future for their family. Many years later, Ebuka graduated from the university, bringing joy and pride to his sisters. With his support, Chica and Prisca got enrolled in a polytechnic. hoping to build a brighter future for themselves. As time passed, the sisters worked hard, overcoming their struggles and striving for a better life. Chica never forgets Shalewa, as she would call her often to show appreciation and support Shalewa's new clothing business. Together, they faced the challenges ahead, determined to create a future filled with hope and happiness. This story sheds light on the dangers of exploitation and the vulnerability of individuals, particularly young women, who are forced into precarious situations. Chica's experiences with Bob and the lifestyle of prostitution serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of exploitation and the importance of standing up for one's rights. Thanks for watching this captivating story on African Stories and Folktales. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more stories. Thank you.